Gonna roll in here with y'all now. We got any studs in here? I'm just gonna jump straight over into that. I ain't got much time tonight. What are we waiting around for? We got any studs in the building tonight? Man, I done became a stud magnet. I got a stud stay across the street from me. It's hard to go outside without my wife. She said, hey, chocolate. I said, hey, white lady, you can't talk to me like that. I'm somebody's father. She said, I don't know what it is. There's something about you. I said, well, it ain't nothing about you, man. They ain't into little white boys. I'm sorry. He's stupid. Shout out to all the women that say they tired of fooling with fake men. Yeah, you know how, see, she talking about, well, tired of dealing with fake men. Then you turn around and see them a month later and they with a stud. You know what I'm saying? Some don't make sense. Don't get no favor than that, you know what I mean? Wash and go, I guess that's what it means. Lord today.
So if you survived it, what are you doing now? If you survived it, that means no matter what comes your way, you're gonna overcome it. You're gonna overcome it. As a child, I didn't know exactly what it meant to have a peace of mind. I didn't know exactly what it meant to have faith of a mustard seed. But when you start going through things in your life, and storms get to raging, you start understanding just what mama said, just what your parents try to tell you. You understand all of that. And in this lifetime right now, a peace of mind is the best thing you can ever have. Especially when you went through this and you went through that. And you got through this and you got through that. Because you survived it. Welcome back to another episode of Breaking the Silence, where you can unleash your inner voice. I am your host, Author Nikki Nicole, and season 5 is still going with some amazing people taking things to the next level and winning. Over the past seasons, you've seen pain uncovered, new talent discovered, and change has occurred. Every episode has broke the silence in some type of way. And I will continue to shine that light even in the darkness to empower people to rise to the next level. It is time to be healed. It's time to be heard. And it's time to change. So let's get to the reason why we're here today. Man, I had the pleasure of meeting this gentleman in person. Man, he talked to me like he knew me all my life. Literally. I'm sitting down. I'm nervous. I'm trying to prepare for the red carpet in Atlanta. And he approaches when we just start having a conversation. And he had me laughing from the moment that I met him. Literally, y'all. And I was like, man, I would love to have him on the platform. Never expected, never even thought that he would come on the platform. But I'm so grateful that he accepted my invitation to come on today. So I'm going to have to say this because when I did interview him on the red carpet, he said, you got to say the. And I said, so what brings you here? And we bust out laughing. So I'm going to say today, the D.L. Marshall is a comedian. He's a radio personality. He's an actor. He's a man that wears so many hats and doing so many great things. And I'm excited about having him on this platform today to further shine the light on the amazing person that he is. So after the countdown, please welcome him to the Breaking the Silence stage. Good afternoon. Uh-oh.
What's up, Breaking the Silence family? It's yours truly, the voice, Mr. Sad Warfare, the D.L. Marshall. I'm happy to come in, talk with Author Nikki Nicole. I'm happy to come in and break the silence with you guys. Nikki, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So tell everybody a little bit about all these hats that you're wearing because you wear so many and so well.
With this one here, this hat here is called a bucket hat. Generally, I wear this on sitting on the dock of the bay, but I figured it would be something nice to come on up in here with. The one that y'all see in that background, that is a throwback Kansas City monarch because I am from the city, Kansas City, Missouri, home of the two-time back-to-back defending Super Bowl champions, Title Town. You know, we've had a World Series championship. What is it? 2 World Series and 4 Super Bowls in the last 10 years. So I'm happy to now let me stop. God is good. Man, I'm a radio personality, licensed ordained minister, stand-up comedian, former athlete, actor, in the midst of writing some scripts now. So I want to put that into movie film writer. I want to get into some producing as well. But man, I'm just a servant trying to make my way through this life, following the beacon of light that I call Christ, and tell people to follow me as I follow him. That's all.
Absolutely. It was, man, it was a pleasure meeting you because not gonna tell you no lie. That day I was so nervous. And just to have you come around and just shoot the breeze and make me laugh actually eased my pain a little bit. So how did you start this journey as a comedian? Because Lord knows it's in you.
I've been funny, I guess, all my life. I can remember as a little kid, maybe about 4, always watching television with my grandparents when they watch me. Different things like Let's Make a Deal with Monty Hall, Family Feud with Dawson, Flip Wilson show. I always wanted to do that. I would grab anything I could put in my hand. If it was we take the little part off the hanger. Back in the days, we didn't have plastic hangers. We had them wire hangers with the little popped apart, and we used that as the skinny microphones, hair brushes, combs, wooden spoons, anything that your parents would beat you with. So I've always done that. But after getting hurt playing minor league baseball, I had gotten hit in the face, reconstructive surgery, the whole left side of my face, was supposed to have been left blind, was blind for almost a year. God restored my vision, restored my face. As you guys can see, there's no seams. You saw me face to face. If I hadn't said it, you wouldn't have known it. I am sporting these nice frames now because of that. That is a thorn in my flesh to remind me of the healing power of God and where I was tapping around in darkness. But he was a healer, a restorer of my vision, not just physical, but spiritual as well. And if you talk to any comedian, that third eye, that's another vision. So he gave me an enhancement of that. So to keep me out of a state of depression, families, friends, former teammates took me to this one comedy club that used to be here called Stanford's, and went there a couple of times, saw some open mics. They told me, being my friends, families, teammates, that I was as funny, if not funnier, than some of the comedians on stage. They kept trying to get me to do it. I was like, nah, man, once I feel a little better, once I pick up weight, once I'm not looking like a crackhead, I'll come on up there on the stage. And then they finally just said they got tired of my excuses, put my name down and told me. I was like, no. So I went to the book, scratched out my real name, put up an assumed name, just in case I didn't do good. And that's a lesson to those that may be looking and watching us today in life. It's bad when we look at how we would fail before we look at how we would succeed. So I was looking at, if I failed, they wouldn't know my real name. I didn't look at, if I succeed, I'd be stuck with this alias. So I was stuck with that alias from succeeding about 7 years. God then had me make some life decisions, not to bore the listeners, but I chose my children over celebrity. Prayed to God that I could continue to do something with the gift. He got me into radio. Got into radio, been doing radio probably at this time, maybe about 11 years. Turned around and about 7 years. Turned around and Griff, shout out to Griff. He was coming into town and he needed an opening act. Radio station owner asked me if I would do it because I was funny on air. Had no idea that I was that guy under the assumed name doing stand-up back in the day. Did it, been doing clean stand-up comedy hilariously ever since. So probably since 2014, I've been doing clean comedy. Still do it in comedy clubs, still do it in church. Wherever there is, I can take my comedy. That's one of the benefits of doing it clean. So yeah, that's how
So
I got into it.
so how do you stay authentic in your in comedy? Because like you said, you're clean with it, and there's people out there, the devil always make deals too.
Yeah,
So how do you stay authentic as a comedian?
just talk about my life. I don't have to worry about nobody talking about I stole their material because I talk about my life. I talk about from a failed marriage to trouble, arguments, good times, bad times in marriage, in relationships, my grandchildren, how I dislike them sometimes, grandchildren and children be like, oh, he get on my nerve. Well, you get on my nerve sometimes too. Sometimes I won't put you outside. But the difference is if I go outside, I can get in the car, drive off. I got money. I can go somewhere. I put you outside. You got to stay put because you ain't got no help. You ain't built like that yet. So it's different things like that. Talk about the things that I've witnessed growing up and even now in church. Nothing's off limits. I try to make sure that when I do it at a point where I look at this. I tell people comedy is being able to laugh at yourself or your circumstances without getting offended by what made you laugh. So if I can make you laugh, even if it's at yourself without offending you, I got you.
I know that's right. Wow. But laughter is the best therapy. And
Yep.
people don't know that. You have to laugh to keep going.
Yep.
That's what makes your whole world go round. But I love laughing. Like I said, you have to try to keep your life on track. So within that same nugget, um, having faith, how has, being the fact that you were blind for a period of time and in darkness in that moment, how has faith played a role on your journey?
Oh, I know it was nothing but, first of all, the hand of God that healed me. It wasn't nothing but the power of Jesus that opened up that blindness and kept me and sustained me. The Holy Ghost, it was the unction of the Holy Ghost that allowed me to realize, wipe your tears. And the more I wiped tears as I was singing that Sunday when the healing took place, every time I would wipe the tears out of my eyes, it got brighter on that side of the room. How I understand and keep my faith is because no matter what, I know no doctor, and we went to the best. As like I said, as you can see my face, I had the best plastic surgeon, but he couldn't restore my vision. I had the best eye doctors, couldn't restore my vision. It wasn't nothing but Jesus. So the prayers, Lord, please just give me my vision back. If you restore my vision, whatever it is that you need me to do, I'm willing to do. You know how we do when we want something. Whatever it is, God, please just give it to me. And he gave it to me. And I've been doing the best to maintain my end of what I told him I'm going to do ever since. And so far it's been working out. So yeah, that there, the more you go through, and notice I said go through because God never left me in nothing. I've gone through longer and certain things than others, but he's always brought me out. And every time I come out, I can see you did it again, God. And you start reflecting on all the things that he's done for you. And you can't help but increase in faith.
See, people, what they fail to realize, everything that you go through in your life is just a test.
That's it.
It's a
That's
test.
it.
God is trying to see how strong you are, how faithful you are to him. And each time, if you come out of it, that means you passed it.
That's right. That's right.
And you learn something new. You learn something in that process to make you stronger, make you stand taller the next time, and you know not to repeat certain things too.
If you're going through the same things, you're doing the same thing. And
That's it.
I tell you what, liken it to this. If you were in school and you didn't pass the 5th grade, you got to take the 5th grade over. And if you ain't learned nothing in the second year of being in the 5th grade, guess what? You're going to spend a 3rd year in the 5th grade. So until you get the lesson, you're going to keep being repetitive in those issues.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. So how did your journey start as a radio personality?
My dad, he was in radio about 45 years. So just always watching him. The blueprint that I use is the blueprint I got from him. I used to take, like watching him, I used to take 2 radios. And I used to ask him, can I get a radio? He said, if I get it, you're going to have to tell me how you're going to be productive with it. And I told him, I said, I want to try something to get on radio. And he got me one. And I said, Dad, in order for me to do what I need to do, I need another one. So I would sit in the middle of 2 boombox remember them handheld portable radios?
You're telling your age now.
Yeah, that would be in front of me. And I'm gonna show you something. That right there, that little microphone, still got it. We'll plug it into that portable radio, and I had the cassette tape inside of
again.
Yeah, I had the cassette tape. I go back to even reel to reels, but they don't know what that is.
They don't know what that is now.
The carts, you know what a cart is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cart, reel to reels. But I had at the house in my bedroom, I put the 2 boom boxes on the side. I laid in between both of them on my stomach, put the portable in front of me with the microphone. And then I would be like, hey, what's up? This your boy Scoot, and we in the Quiet Storm. And then that's the X to Z. And I would press boom. And I would play one song, boom, play another song. Then I would come back in. And so when I would show my dad what I was doing, he said, you did this in your room with them? And so from then on, he started telling me, come down, watch him.
Wow.
And I started doing tapes. So I would make tapes with people's favorite songs on. People be like, make me a slow jam tape. So I'd make a slow jam tape, but I would put my voice to it, and I would take them to school and I would sell them for $2 and $3 and 2 for $5.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 for $5. He out here selling.
Yeah. And so people would be like, man, I didn't know you was on the radio. I didn't know you was on the radio. And so one guy I ran into, I was like, you want to buy one of my slow jam tapes? And he was like, what is on this thing? And I said, your favorite slow jam. So he popped it in, listened. He said, oh, yeah. And then he heard my voice. This dude was a program director of a gospel radio station. And he was like, man, if only you play gospel music, I would hire you. I said, if you're real serious, today I will start playing gospel music. And that's how I got on the gospel station.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, man, those are the good old days, though. The cassette tapes, like they don't know what they missing.
At
the
all.
Cassette tapes and the CD player and the records, even back to the records. My mom had the records. She still has that today, and a record player.
Man, I ain't playing with it. I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of vinyl right now.
Love it.
I'm trying to get it without knocking nothing over, but yeah, I still do vinyl.
Nice.
Breaking the silence with it. Boom.
I know that's right. Boom.
So yeah, I still come in. I do mixes, just to stay sharp at it. Some songs I want that sound on my radio show. So rather than to play it digitally or MP3, I'll plug in, especially if it's an old vintage. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize CDs are coming back. Vinyl's coming back. I'm about to release a 30-minute comedy special on vinyl.
Oh,
yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. That's what I'm in the works of working on now. Yep.
Oh my God, I want that.
Okay.
That is gonna be fire. Oh my God. You're right, it's coming back because everything that expires come back right back in full circle.
About a 20-year boomerang.
Okay, but the thing about that though, DL, is the CDs, they're making cars without CD players now.
Right.
So it's gonna make it real difficult if you do, but I still got a CD player. I ain't playing. I still got a CD player. My mom got a record player. Like this is classic stuff.
I got everything because I refuse to throw away anything. So if I want to listen to something, I'm gonna listen to it. If I don't want to listen to it, then I listen to it another way. But I believe in being, as Paul say, all things to all men, that I might win some. So there is an age demographic that follows and enjoy my radio show and my comedy that still are CD diehards or vinyl diehards. And man, if I could find somebody to still make 8 tracks, I would produce an 8-track.
you see, they don't know what you're talking about. You say
right.
That's real old school right there.
Man.
Ooh, that was the good times right there.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you stay grounded and motivated with all these hats? Because you got so many. I didn't even tell everybody everything that you do. But when all these different titles and having to travel because you have to be on scene in different places. I see you everywhere all the time. How do you stay grounded and motivated to still push in each area and not be burned out and tired?
Second place is for the one that got complacent between the two. So I don't like coming in second to nothing. I know I can't win everything, but I celebrate everybody during their time. But man, it's something on the inside of me and be like, I want that. I'm coming to get that. I'm gonna work to get that. I ain't gonna take it from you, but I'm fixing to go. Let me see. I probably slept 6 or 7 hours. All right. Let me sleep about 4.5, 5 hours. Get up, do this. I'm always looking for what is new. I'm always asking. My baby is 22. My oldest two is 32, and then I have a 28-year-old. I'm always asking them, what are y'all liking? What hey, share this amongst your people, and I just want to see what type of response I get. And I measure it. It's different between the 32-year-olds, the 28 and the 22. It's different. There's some similarities, but I'm trying to get all of that. And then when I drop a show, I'm trying to sell that, all those demographics, the tickets, plus the people that I know what they like. So it's no time to rest on your morals or your laurels. It's always something to get better at. And that's what keeps me grounded, because no matter how good you are, how anointed you are, how favored you are, there's always going to be somebody to find a reason not to fool with you, not to rock with you, not to like what you're doing. And that's okay. But I'm going to make you work harder not to like me than it is to like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And not so necessarily me personally, but I'm talking about what I do, what I produce. Yeah.
So if you had to go back in time, and well, I ain't gonna say go back in time, if you had to create a playlist of songs that describes you as a person and everything that you do, what songs would you choose for that playlist?
Woo. That's a good question. That's one I've never been asked. Williams Brothers, I'm Just a Nobody. And then the Williams Brothers again, When I'm Still Here. Let's Get It On, Marvin Gaye.
How you gonna jump from that?
I would say Tupac, I Get Around. My brother Black Walt, Kansas City. That's self-explanatory. New Edition. Man, anything from them, for real. If it isn't love, though, I would say that, or Is This the End?
Mm-hmm.
Man. Stevie Wonder. What the world need now is love. Just man, the Jackson 5, Michael Jackson would have to be They Don't Really Care About Us, or Man in the Mirror. OJ's Family Reunion, or She Used to Be My Girl. So it's just got a complexity of within
Yeah,
me.
she used to be my girl.
Yeah. had to let that one go. But you know what? Now that I reflect,
You know why? She used to be your girl.
there you go.
So I always ask questions about technology, because technology has really taken us to another level. I mean, sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. But how do you think technology has helped you in your field of being a comedian, being an actor, being a radio personality? Has it made it better, or has it made it worse?
It definitely hasn't made it worse. It's made the reach easier. It's made being able to do things quicker. I would say that certain places that I would have spent a nice grip of money for a plane or train ticket to get to, all I got to do is use my thumbs and fingers to push send. Receiving material takes quicker, for where it used to take snail mail about a week to get you some information. You got it right then and there. Being able to listen to music faster. So yeah, there are definitely more benefits than not. I feel as though you can get in trouble quicker with technology. I have a rule: if I'm upset, I don't get on social media. Yeah, I kind of take a moment and just kind of sit back before I jump on. But yeah, everything's right at your fingertips. So I would say it's been more beneficial than haphazard.
But I think for the baby boomers, that my people, like my mom, almost 80, I think it's not a good thing for them, because they can. I mean, my mom, she tech savvy a little bit because I teach her, but
Yeah.
everybody does have that person in their lives to teach their parents or their grandparents how to navigate. So for
Mhm.
those people, it's harder for them to use technology than now. Yeah, things might be at your fingertips, things might be easier now, but it's harder too because look at the artists. Artists out here streaming their music. Yes, easy to get it into other people's ears,
Mhm.
but they're not making any money that way. Back in the day, you used to go to the studio and stay in there and sing songs until you got it right, and then boom, you drop a album that's just golden because you took time on
That's
that
right.
album. But
That's
now
right.
they're just dropping songs here and there, streaming it, getting like 1 cent per stream, no money there. So yes, it doesn't make it easier, but then at the same time, it makes it hard too because now, like you said, when you get mad, you gotta take a moment.
Yep.
Because as soon as you go to that internet and you say what you feeling,
It's forever.
they don't forgive you.
And what you just said, Nikki, that's the reason why I say that CDs are making its way back, because that 1 cent is for the birds, man. If I got 100 CDs in my trunk, and if I just sell them for the minimum of $10 a CD, I just made $1,000.
Winning,
You see what I'm saying?
winning.
If I just sold 20 CDs, you see what I mean? So, and that's all mine. I ain't got
Right.
no distribution I got to pay, none of that. So, I look at it like this, and I want all you that are artists, that are in the music industry, that are starting a record label and all that. I liken it to the Negro Leagues. The Negro Leagues, when they were barnstorming, going from town to town, when they were playing and stayed confined within themselves, they was making grip. It was so many black millionaires that the national or the MLB, Major League Baseball, looked and said, hey, they ain't begging to get in our league no more. Why? And then they go and look, say, man, they were making a killing. Let's do some exhibition games. If the exhibition games do well, then we'll integrate. Well, same way with the music. Remember how they talked about rap? They talked about blues. Oh, don't nobody want to hear that. If we go back to controlling the narrative in which they really want anyway, they tell you they don't like it to lessen what you feel the value is. And then they make you feel like they're doing you a favor when they finally say, hey, come over here. But actually, they see you as the golden goose. So, man, we need to go back to just producing our own, reproducing our own, selling our own, and then making sure we open up to our own. We self-maintain. We got it.
But you know what? That's the mindset that would get the crabs out the barrel. But people don't get it. In order for you to get certain places in your life, you need people.
That's right.
People is what gets you there. This podcast, okay, yes, I can talk to myself on the podcast, but it wouldn't be what it is without the people being a part of it.
That's
And
right.
when people start realizing that, we can get to the top faster,
Yep.
quick.
Yep.
But we're too busy trying to hold each other back or hold each other down because we don't want each other to be better than each other.
And you got to ask yourself, do you like driving on a 2-lane highway or a 5-lane highway? More lanes, the easy traffic flow, the quicker you get to your destination. So that's just something to ponder on.
For real, for real. So I like to ask this question as my last question of the interview.
Okay.
This is going to take you back a little bit now. Now, if you had the opportunity to have a conversation with your 18-year-old self right now about you right now, what advice would you give yourself?
If I was 18,
if you had your 18-year-old self sitting in front of you.
Yeah, if I was 18, my 18-year-old self was talking to my 52-year-old self. Right. I would say, boy, leave them hoes alone. Because they're a distraction. I hope I wasn't too real for you sanctified folk, but the biggest distraction to any young man is a beautiful woman. And there's a whole lot of time I wasted and energy I poured into wasteful interactions. I won't even call them relationships, but interactions that I could have been taking the information from my father, uncles, aunts, mom, and I could have been where I am now 8 to 9 years ago. But in saying that, the maturation of where God needed me to be now, I had to mess with a few of them hoes to get to where I lost desire for them hoes. Now let me and listen, them hoes don't necessarily have to be a human being. It don't have to be a woman. Them hoes could be materialistic things. The rims I spent on cars, radio systems, shoes, hats, glasses, jewelry, just man, wasted stuff. So yeah. But I just thought hoes would be a good shock, hilarious value. So y'all can use that.
You a mess. So,
there was a mother said, "Oh my Lord," he said,
"Oh my Lord." You is crazy.
Leave them Jezebels alone, baby.
So now we're down to the BTS Spotlight of Fame.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do your countdown, and then you're gonna come back. You're gonna be on the platform by yourself. I want you to give some type of advice to the younger generation, because I do think sometimes they struggle with trying to find their way, with everything. So give them a little advice, and then let everybody know what you have coming up, how to follow you. Pretty much, this is your light. I need you to shine as bright as you can to let everybody know how they can connect with you. So I'm gonna do the countdown, and I'm giving the platform to you.
All right. All right, let's get it. It's yours truly, the man, the voice, the myth, the miracle, Mr. Savoir Faire, the DL Marshall, and this is my BTS Spotlight of Fame. And if I could tell you guys anything that I've learned throughout the years is that if it does not encourage, uplift, or inspire, you probably don't need to be doing it. Make sure that you pour into yourself. Make sure that you get up, you pray, you read your word. If you're not in to God and not to the Jesus thing, just look to what you can do morally right, huh? Ain't no way to get around it. If you don't call on the name of Jesus, whatever name you call on, if it ain't grounding you to make sure that you put doing well to others first, then you probably don't need to be doing it. I would also let you know that you have to be a giver. Everybody wants to get, but in order for you to give, them hands open up. As long as you hold on to something, can't nothing get in the palm of your hands. Be respectful, man. I try to live by this moniker that y'all can adapt. Lead with respect so you can leave with your respect. Don't be disrespectful. Don't nobody like a disrespectful little joker. So make sure that you love, you live, you laugh. And hey, if you ever forget these, you can find me, the DL Marshall, on social media at what I just said. All social media outlets, the DL Marshall. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, used to be Twitter. I ain't on there no more, but I still got a profile, but don't even mess with it because I don't talk to nobody. Patreon. Go to patreon.com. That's right. You see it at the bottom. Patreon.com/Marsh Media ENT. You can check my 30-minute special out. It's only $5 a month. I'm coming up this weekend, November the 2nd. I'll be in St. Louis, Missouri. December the 7th, I'll be here in Kansas City, Missouri. January 18th, I'll be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. January 22nd through the 27th, I will be in Monte Carlo. So yeah, I'll be out the country. But if you want to book me, go to none other than official, TheeDLMarshall.com. Official, TheeDLMarshall.com. Or you can always go to bookthedl@gmail.com. BOOKTHEEDL@gmail.com. Till the next time, man, remember, the gospel of Jesus Christ is contagious. Catch it. All that you do, do it godly. Till the next time, live life holy, hilarious, because laugh is good to do all the time.
I know that's right. Ooh. Well, thank you so much. I hope to see you soon for your next event.
Oh yeah.
I'm rooting for you. It was a pleasure meeting you in person. Wasn't nothing like it. We had a good time.
Likewise.
And I can't wait to spin around and do it again.
Yeah. Hey, y'all go check out that movie, I Survived Suicide. Check out Officer DL. I ain't had no name, so I just said Officer DL. And then I forgot to tell y'all, if you ever want to do something, don't have nothing to do, for New Year's Eve, we'll be in Kansas City, January 1st or December 31st, whichever one. We're going to be there both nights. Yeah, that's where we're going to be.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your support. I look forward to collaborating with you in the future.
Yes.
On your event. So, hey, it's up from here.
Love it. Stay up, keep breaking the silence.
Thank you.
Author Nikki Nicole, y'all. Nikki Nicole. I like even saying that. Nikki Nicole. Yeah.
You a hot man. And thank you so much to everybody else out there tuning in to this amazing episode with the DL Marshall. I have to keep putting that in there. That's our running joke. The DL Marshall. It was a pleasure being able to meet him in person. Y'all got to go support him. He is amazing. So remember that this episode, Lord, I done lost my voice. My voice is acting up today. Y'all see, excuse me. And it's trying to tap out on me. But I hope that you have enjoyed this conversation. It's brought you some type of insight, some type of encouragement, and a reminder that you can still achieve whatever your heart desires. So as we continue this journey together, remember that your voice matters, your life matters, and no matter what you're trying to do, you can accomplish anything you want. So if today's episode has touched you in some type of way, I encourage you to reflect, share, and continue to break the silence in your own lives. Until next time.
You have just tuned in to Ego Entertainment Network's Media Coverage Mayhem. All right, this is your girl, Lady J, broadcasting from the 29th Annual Gospel Choice Music Awards, representing Ego Entertainment Network, and I am standing here with the DL Marshall, comedian and radio host.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Award-winning radio host. Let me correct myself real quick. So tell me, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Did you say 29th?
Yes.
Like a knife?
No,
a knife?
29th annual.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Put a little IFE out in there, baby. Yeah, it's awesome, man, to be here. It's humbling. Get a chance to see great media personalities such as yourself. Get a chance to network with people that's in contemporaries in the industry. I get a chance to be honored with a humanitarian award. And I become a presenter and might do something special.
Are you nominated for comedian of the year too?
I didn't even know they had that category. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So, and you're a presenter.
I'm presenting
today. Okay.
Yeah,
so, honoring those who inspire us. Tell me, who inspires you?
My father, that's on earth, and then Jesus keeps on blowing my mind daily. So, yeah, but my mother and father inspire me because they show their resiliency with one another and then their patience with children such as myself and my brother. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, of course, you're going to have a good time because you get to be on stage. But congratulations on your nomination, and I hope that you win.
And thank you for doing such a great job in media. And you can catch DL's Backstage Pass on.
Well, plug yourself in.
Yeah, you catch it. My grandma said sad dog won't wag his own tail, so I guess I'll do a little wag.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. This is your girl, Lady J, signing off.